Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Megan and I'm a homeschooling mom to 6 kids ages 11 and under, 6th grade and down. And today I am just going to be sharing some ideas that we are going to have in our morning basket for the month of November. Now, I'm also going to be sharing some books that are suggestions if you are looking for some that we have used in the past and also enjoyed that go great with the month of November, specifically Thanksgiving. So let's get started. Now, for our morning basket for November, in addition to the books that I'm going to share with you guys, we are finishing Across 5 Aprils, which is part of our My Father's World curriculum. And we are also going to be reading On the Banks of Plum Creek and also Hudson Taylor. I love these Christian Heroes Then and Now books. But I have had these menus in my cart for a very long time on Amazon, just because I love seeing the way that other homeschool moms use them, the little morning menu thing. My friend Kristen over at My Cathedral Garden does them, and my friend Katie over at Life in the Mundane, and I think Abby from Rooted in Rest does it as well. And so I've been intrigued by the idea for a little over a year now, and finally decided to give it a try, and we are loving it so much. It's just a great way to streamline the kind of morning basket process in the mornings. So this is our verse for the year, and I just decided to put that in the front. And our current hymn is All Creatures of Our God and King, and so I printed that and put it in there. And I decided that we are going to memorize as a family a different poem each month. We don't spend a lot of time on poetry, we read it here and there, but I just thought that it would be just a fun little thing to do, to memorize a poem for each month. And so our poem for Thanksgiving for November is this one from Thornton Burgess. So I love Thornton Burgess. We've read a few of his books and they are just really good. And when I found this little poem, I designed this part right here. I just pulled some pictures from Canva and kind of put it all together and printed it out and put it in here. But it's just a sweet little poem, and I thought that it would be fun to do together, and the kids really enjoy it. And then of course we have the Lord's Prayer in the back. Some of my kids have not completely memorized that yet, so that is in here as well. So that is what will be in our morning basket for November, plus some of these great picture books that I'm going to share with you guys. Okay, so this is the first book that I am going to share with you today. This book I have actually never read before, but I have seen it suggested in multiple places. So this book is about an immigrant family who is celebrating Thanksgiving, and they are getting all the preparations in order when suddenly some unexpected guests show up. And so you will just have to read and find out what happens in this book. After looking at it, is a really neat book. So one of my favorite authors of all time is Louisa May Alcott, and Little Women is by far my favorite book of all time. And so I thought that I would bring this into our morning basket for the month of November. My kids love the movie of Little Women, the one from the 90s. That's the best one. And so I know they are going to enjoy this story so much. So this is something that I have added into our morning basket for the month of November. Okay, so I have to share this book with you guys. Head to your library and see if they have it, or just buy it. But it is called Balloons Over Broadway. And first of all, the pictures in here are so cool. But it is the story behind the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade and creating the floats and all that kind of stuff. And how cool is this? How awesome is this? This is such a fun book, and I actually had almost forgotten about it. I used to use this in my classroom in public school, and I had forgotten about it until I came across it at the library, and I was like, oh my goodness, this has to come home with me. We have to do this one because it is such a neat book. So make sure that you check this one out. It is, again, Balloons Over Broadway. Now, this next book came as a recommendation from my friend Katie over at Life in the Mundane. It just looked so cute, and our library had it, so I picked it up. And this, I think, is going to be such a fun one for us to read during morning basket time. I have a feeling we're all going to enjoy it, and there might be some laughs. Now, this is a book that I really wanted to pull into our morning basket this month. It is about the Cherokee Nation and the different celebrations and gratitude. And so I just thought the pictures were really beautiful, and I also love like the cultural meaning behind it all, and I wanted to share that with my kids. So I grabbed this book. This one is Spring. Here is the name of it. It's called We Are Grateful. And then this is in Cherokee. I'm not even going to attempt to say it right now. I'm sure there's a pronunciation in here. So this is the other one I grabbed. This is what I was referring to when I said I want them to see like other cultures and things like that, and how they celebrate like Thanksgiving and times of gratefulness. So it starts all throughout history. It shares harvest celebrations throughout history. And yes, some of them may not necessarily believe in our God, but I still want to share that with my kids because it gives them a look at other cultures. And so then it just goes through the history of Thanksgiving as well, and when it was actually declared a holiday, and how we celebrate it in America. So that one is called Thanksgiving Is by Gail Gibbons. I just thought that one would be a really quick picture book version of Thanksgiving and harvest celebrations in other cultures as well as ours. All right, so this is one that I grabbed to do. I thought this was so sweet. Winter is Coming, a story of seasonal change. And it's just a little story from woodland creatures' perspectives about winter coming and how they prepare for that and how the environment around them changes. And I love the pictures in this. So that one again is called Winter is Coming. So this is one of my favorite Thanksgiving books. It's called Sharing the Bread, an Old-Fashioned Thanksgiving Story. And I just love the kind of nostalgic historical look at the preparation of Thanksgiving dinner as a family. I love the style that it's written in. It's written in a very poetic and rhythmic style. And it's just has almost, like I said, just that nostalgic and whimsical kind of vibe to it. So this is one of my favorites. Now, a few others that we have enjoyed this time of year. There is Squanto's Journey, which is the story of the first Thanksgiving, but it's from the perspective more so of Squanto and his story in regards to the first Thanksgiving. And I love the pictures in this. I just think that the pictures are beautiful. So this is a really good one. We've done this one a couple of times throughout the years. And so I grabbed this from the library just to show you guys as one that we have really enjoyed in the past that would be a good one for the month of November. I love Cynthia Rylant. She is one of my favorite children's authors. She just has so many wonderful books and beautiful illustrations. But of course, this one is called In November. I don't even know how many times that we've read this one, but I love this one so much. And it's just a really great one. Don't the pictures make you just want to cozy up? That's how I feel with this one. So again, that one is called In November by Cynthia Rylant. The next one is Over the River and Through the Woods. And I specifically like this one. I like the illustrations, but there are several versions of this book as well. But Over the River and Through the Woods, it's funny because a lot of people assume that it is actually a Christmas song, and it's not at all. It's actually a Thanksgiving song. So this is a fun one to do, to just read through, because it was originally written as a poem, and then also to sing together. See, aren't the pictures great? So again, that is Over the River and Through the Woods. And a classic. This one always comes out this time of year. It's getting a little bit worn, but it is a Charlie Brown Thanksgiving. It's just the book version of the movie as well. We watch the movie, we read the book. Who doesn't love a little Charlie Brown? I love Charlie Brown. Now this is a book that I shared last year, and I remember this book from when I was in 3rd grade and our teacher read it to us. And this book is so funny. So basically, the boy in the book, his mom asks him to go and buy a turkey, but there are no turkeys left. There's not even chickens left. And the only thing he can find is a giant chicken that is alive, and he brings it home, and his mom is not too happy about it. And then some craziness happens. So you'll just have to get this book. It's not a very long read. It's a pretty short chapter book. So you'll just have to check this one out or grab it to see exactly what happens. I think they have this on Book Outlet right now. So you could even check that out as well and see if you can get it for pretty cheap there. But this is a fun read for sure. The last one I grabbed, this was actually supposed to be with our morning basket stuff here at the beginning, but I wanted to pull in The Legend of the Indian Paintbrush. Now this book is by no means like a November or Thanksgiving theme. However, I do like to put some focus on Native Americans and Native American culture in the month of November. We, of course, have Native American heritage in our family as well. And I just really like to make sure that that is incorporated into our books that we read and things like that. So this is The Legend of the Indian Paintbrush. This is a really good one. Any of the books by Tommy DePallo are really good anyway. And so this one, of course, is an excellent one. So if you're looking just for bringing in differing cultures and things like that, and teaching about Native American cultures, then this might be a good one for you to pull in as well. Thank you all so very much for joining me today. I hope that you found this video helpful. Again, if you are interested in this sort of content, or if you're looking for more fall books, make sure that you check out the video that I will link down below that I did for the month of October that gives lots of suggestions for just fall themed books. So you might want to check that out as well for November selections. Thank you so much, guys, and have a blessed day.